guys, and welcome back to my channel. The case that I'm going to be looking into today is to look into a missing persons case from 2006, and it is that of Lorraine Ridout. Let me just say here straight away that this video is going to be a bit more on the short side, I guess, because there's not a lot of information out there, unfortunately, on Lorraine. It did gain sort of local media attention at the time of her going missing, but it didn't really gain any global media attention. And I find that really unfortunate because every case deserves to be shared. It deserves publicity, and obviously you just want to get the faces out there in case anyone remembers anything or anything. We need the public in these cases to come forward, and we just need it out there in the public eye. So that is what my firm belief, and the person that actually suggested this case to me, which was suggested by Alice. We want this case to be out in the public, hopefully, so please share this video, get it out there far and wide, and maybe we may get some more new information on her case. Thank you for the suggestion. I appreciate any suggestions you guys have, and of course if you have any more, please do let me know. But let's just jump into the case. Lorraine Ridout was born on the 20th of December in 1958. She was originally from the Ely area of Cardiff and moved to Gibraltar around 15 years ago. Now, she was married to husband Stephen. She had 3 children, which consisted of 2 daughters, Christine and Sarah, and a son, Peter. At the time of her going missing, she did live with Stephen, her husband, one of her daughters, Christine, and Christine's son, so her grandchild, and they all lived in this semi-detached house that had 3 bedrooms. Lorraine was described as a really nice and just genuinely lovely person. She was always so nice towards other people, really pleasant all the time. She just loved to help people. And like many people do, she loved being social, she loved going out with friends, you know, having coffee with them, you know, going out on all these little sort of coffee dates and tea dates and things like that. It was said that Lorraine was quite a funny woman. I don't believe she knew how funny she was, but she would always make people laugh in hysterics. And sometimes her family said that she would actually make them, like, you know, laugh cry when you laugh that much that you end up tearing up. She would do that to them so often. She had just this infectious laugh that you just wanted to laugh along with. Her family describe her as a fantastic mother, wife, nan, and just a really good friend, with their fondest of memories of her going out for family meals and just having a laugh around the table. She would do the things that all mums would do, you know, being there for the children, for certain moments in their life, in your hardest moments, and that is what this family lost when they lost Lorraine. They don't know what happened to her, but your mum's always there for you more often than not. Like I said, in the trying times when your life is very hard, and she was one of them mums who would just be there for everyone, and that is the one thing that they missed the most. Now, Lorraine did suffer with mental health issues. She was on tablets for them. There was like depression, anxiety, along with some other things that I couldn't really find details on, and she took medication, like I said, but apparently 2 weeks before she went missing, she was off her meds. She hadn't taken them at all. Now let's jump to the 31st of January in 2016 when Lorraine tells her daughter that she is going out to go and see one of her friends. Little did anyone know that these would be the last words that her and her mother would share together, because she went missing after that and nobody knows what happened to her. Now, Lorraine was a smoker. She smoked tobacco, and you might be thinking, what's that got to do with anything? Well, it does actually, because she left without taking her handbag, which had a mobile phone in, and it had her tobacco in. And her family have said that anyone that knew Lorraine would have known that she would have never, ever left the house without her tobacco. So that was pretty obscure as to why she did that. Was she at that point suffering from mental health issues? Because again, she hadn't been taking her pills. Was it something to do with that? And that is why she left the tobacco and left the house and was never seen again? Who knows? As you can imagine, Lorraine didn't make it to her friend's house, and she was reported as missing. The police were contacted, they came out, they investigated, they did searches everywhere, asked for witnesses to come forward. You know, they were just looking far and wide for her. Witnesses did come forward to say that they had seen Lorraine at a convenience store around 7 p.m. and then she was walking towards College Road, which I don't know where that is, but I can only assume that that is sort of in the direction of a friend's house. Again, I don't actually know that, but that's just my assumption on it. Don't quote me on that one because it may not be correct, but there you go. So the investigation would involve quite a lot of different police agencies like transport police, crime agencies, even the National Air Service. They were all out looking for her. They had dogs, they were searching rivers, woodlands, on foot, in the air, just everything you can think of. The efforts that they put into trying to find Lorraine just unfortunately led nowhere. It was said that the disappearance of Lorraine was completely out of character for her. So whether somebody took her, I don't know. Whether she had, because of her mental health issues, maybe, I don't know, she had a mental health break or something like that, and ended up wandering about somewhere, not even knowing who she was or something, because things like that do happen. Who knows at this point? The weeks passed by, hundreds of people in the community, the police were all out looking for her, but just found literally nothing. No links have been made. No suspects as far as I know and could look into. I mean, I've had to trawl through lots of articles and things to look into this case. It's not really widely done on YouTube, on the internet. There's just like Daily Mail articles and things like that, so I've had to trawl through all of them. So obviously if I've missed any information, my apologies, but I've tried to do my very best with this case. And as far as I could see, there's been no suspects, no arrests, no nothing. If I'm wrong, I apologise on that one. And do let me know in the comments. They actually spent 5 days searching Lorraine's home. I'm not entirely sure why. They dug up a garden and everything. They used sniffer dogs, bagged up rubble, took it all out. I don't know why. Maybe they had reason to believe that the family was involved or something. Who knows? But that did end on the 21st of October 2016. And they continued to scour lakes, rivers, woods, everything. Everything came up as empty. They ended up searching the family homes like that of her sons. So again, maybe they thought that family was involved, but that led to nothing. They didn't find literally anything in any of the family homes, as far as I'm aware, at least anyway. On the 2nd of June in 2016, police went up and lifted manholes up to search the sewers. When they were asked why they were doing that, they said that they had no evidence that Lorraine was actually in the drain system, but it was just another place to look and to sort of tick it off the list, I guess, to say that they've searched thoroughly for her and everywhere for her. So they did search the drains, but they again found nothing. So despite all the air searches, land searches, sewer searches, all the people looking for her, thousands of hours of searching, doing thousands of interviews, 1,000 enquiry lines which have been looked into, again, they didn't get any closer to finding Lorraine. They just found more of a common denominator in this case of, you guessed it, nothing. In 2016, Lorraine's family did actually go ahead and contact psychics. Now, obviously, that is personal choice as to who believes what about that. Each to their own. In my opinion, I do not believe it, but that's just my opinion. You know, I wouldn't ever condemn or anybody for believing in what they want to believe. Everyone has the right to it. But these psychics went ahead and said that they thought that Lorraine had entered the river Taff and that she was stuck below the surface. And I believe 2 psychics actually said that. So Lorraine's daughters went and did searches of the river Taff. I believe the police were involved with that. And again, do I need to say it? They found nothing. They had dive teams in. There was just no clues, no evidence to suggest anything, to suggest that Lorraine had even been there in the first place. Time moved on. The case didn't get any warmer. It got colder. And as the years passed, and they had no news on Lorraine, they had no idea what had happened to her. She hadn't accessed banks. She didn't have a phone on her. She, hadn't used a social security number, things like that. So they began to believe that she was possibly no longer alive. And they were just asking for help off the public for anything, just to enable them to get some sort of closure and maybe finally put their mother to rest. Because again, they just don't believe, unfortunately, that she is with us anymore. South Wales Police said that there was no evidence that Lorraine had ever gone abroad. She didn't even have a passport, or that she'd moved out of where she was, because she lived there. The lifestyle that she was living was very geographical. It was very much in that area, and she never wanted to leave, kind of thing. So who knows? Maybe she never did. But I will tell you my possible theory on it in a little bit. It was just basically said that it was totally out of character for her to go to new places. So that leads you more to believe that she, again, is no longer here, I guess. The police went ahead and stated that they believed that the answers to Lorraine's case were would be held in the north of Cardiff. But yeah, that's all the information we have. Her family obviously are absolutely broken at the disappearance of their mother and grandmother and friend. They went on to say it's not normal to have someone from your family go missing. And I think that every year that passes, I feel worse. I hope that one day she is found, but we could end up having to live with this the rest of our lives and basically being left in limbo. They also went on to say that at this stage, there have been no sightings of their mum. She hasn't accessed anything medical, financial, as I've already stated to you. There are no signs of life in that aspect. So yeah, the police investigation does remain open at this point. It's been 6 years since she went missing. She would be about 62 or 3, I think, at this point. But it appears that at the moment, nothing else can be done in her investigation unless they get new information on it. And we all want to find answers for the family. We all want to find Lorraine. Now, my personal theory looking into this case is that maybe she did have a mental break that day. Maybe she had plans to go out with a friend, but she suffered from something. Maybe she has amnesia or something from a mental health issue or whatever, and that she is wandering the streets and has no idea who she is, because that does happen a lot. So maybe the fact that she has not shown signs of life, accessing medical or financial things, was because she doesn't even know who she is. Again, that's just my theory. Obviously, something horrible could have happened. She could have maybe wandered and fallen in, got injured, fallen somewhere and passed away. She could have been a victim of foul play. Somebody could have took her and murdered her, something like that. Obviously, those are all possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities in this case, but just my personal opinion on it, I think maybe she's still out there somewhere. So that is why it is so vital that if anybody knows anything about this, her case, please come forward and let us try and find Lorraine, whether she is still alive or not. Her family just want closure and they want to know what happened to their mum and the wife. So yeah, if you know anything, please contact the authorities. No matter how insignificant it may seem, it probably isn't. They need to know everything. But yeah, that is the end of the case. If you guys have enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for similar content. Anyway, that's all I have today on the case of Lorraine Ridout. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.